Okay, well, we'll see what happened. Let's go.
We're gonna make sure you have your court dates. You have to show up in March in front of Judge Bryant. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Welcome to What Had Happened Was.
When we take a peek into actual court cases and give you commentary based on our unique perspective and experiences, and also give you informational tips and tricks to help you avoid a what had happened situation.
Before we get started, give us a thumbs up, a tasteful comment. Subscribe to the channel to be notified of every video as they come out. All defendants are considered innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
Hey, Floor, can you please unmute and state your name?
Bill, you goaded me into that one.
Ma'am, name?
Mel Ash.
Ash. That's Miss Ash.
Calling case number 200-458-6801. The people of the state of Michigan versus Chanel Ashley. The defendant is charged with count 1, malicious destruction of personal property less than $200. Also calling case number 21-044-75601. The people of the state of Michigan versus Chanel Ashley. The defendant is charged with count 1, child abuse, 4th degree. Also calling case number 220-454-6001. The people of the state of Michigan versus Chanel Ashley. The defendant is charged with count 1, assault or assault and battery. This is the date and time set for boundary determination. Appearances, please.
Judge, good morning, and thank you for your patience with me. Steve Vincent for the people, P71917.
Your Honor, breaking on behalf of Ms. Chanel Ashley, Your Honor.
What are the bonds for Miss Ash?
1,010% on all 3 cases, Judge. $100.
Okay. So are these capious bonds?
They're capious bonds.
So a capious is the legal terminology for a warrant order for arrest. They commonly issue those in a failure to appear. A failure to appear is also added on to your original charges. So you may have whatever charges they have, and then the failure to appear is also added in. And each time the person has a failure to appear, it can be charged an additional charge. And in some places, it can also be considered a felony charge.
This is why it's important. Any ticket you get, any summons you get, anything from a legal aspect that you get that says come to court, jury duty notice, anything, it's always good to go. Because if you don't, it's worse if you don't show up. It's much worse. And you will do time for not showing up before you do anything. And they'll dismiss the charge for the original charge. And you're going to jail or went to jail for just not showing up. What had happened was,
Judge, Miss Ashley, one of the issues, Judge, Miss Ashley has been in the system, on some ticket matters. She gets arraigned on these cases, Judge, and then they bring up these other cases that they hold, these loitering cases, they hold her on. She goes in and out of, some mental health facilities. That she's not getting the court dates the right way when she goes to these mental health facilities, Judge. Actually, she just got out the hospital. She was a victim. She got attacked, and she just got out the hospital on January the 19th, Judge. Then she came to the Wayne County Jail. She's been in the Wayne County Jail the last 5 days, Judge.
So he's behaving, he's a lawyer that he's like it's not a big deal. What I'm saying is, she's got these charges. Why do we have to even keep talking about them? You're bothering me with this. Like, he's minimizing the fact that she has a loitering charge. Now, for some people, loitering is not a big deal. But if you have a bunch of loitering charges and you never come and answer for them, right? So, and the only reason why she's even there right now is because she got caught on something else.
yeah, but here's the thing. He is a good lawyer. Because that's what a good defense lawyer is going to do. He's trying to minimize the charge. He's not trying to make it seem as if it's bad as it could be, because he wants to get them out. Remember, this is a bond
hearing. She could be a worse criminal, Your Honor. Let her go.
That's pretty much what it's coming down to.
we now have an emergency contact for Miss Ashley. We now have a phone number, Tracy Ashley. We have her number. So
this is what's been holding up the wheels of justice.
So this is the case cracker. This is the card that's been holding up the assembly.
This is it. This is it. We have finally fixed the problem, the emergency contact. And should she not show up, you know what they're gonna do, right? They're gonna call that emergency contact.
We don't want that to happen.
And if they don't answer, they're gonna leave a voicemail.
It'll be whoa.
And if they don't answer again, they're gonna leave another voicemail.
Wow, a strong message?
Yes, a strong message.
Oh my gosh.
Judge, I think now, she's been through a lot. But I think that, Judge, we can get her to court. We can get her. She has to come in person. She knows that. We've already talked to her about that. Come to Judge Bryan in person.
Ooh, she got to go see Judge Bryan.
Yes, she does.
The Honorable Judge Lanice Bryan.
Yes, Judge Lanice.
I'm sorry, Lanice E. Bryan.
Yes, Judge Lanice E. It's inappropriate and disrespectful, Bryan. Yes.
And you know what? Why she has those failure to appear? Because she probably can't do Zoom with Judge Bryan. Because she probably did something out of control with Judge Bryan, and Judge Bryan was like, you have to come in here. Because if she's been circling this thing since 2020, when Zoom court first started, and she hasn't gone on camera at anything all this time, that's why she has to come in. And that's why the minute she came in, that's why they
took her in. Yeah.
Extended stay.
You want to make sure that guaranteed that you.
That's why she got extended stay.
Yep, guaranteed appearance.
So I'm asking for a reduction, Judge, to personal bond for Miss Ashley, so she can get out, deal with the issues that she has to deal with, Judge, and come to court and take care of these misdemeanors. These are Judge Bryan's cases.
She said, he's like, let her go so she can come back. The last time they let her go, she didn't come back.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Her bail is $100. He said,
and he's trying to get it lowered.
He said lowered to nothing. See, that's a lawyer fighting for you right there.
Listen, the DA is going to try to make it big, and he's going to try to make it as small as possible.
Yeah. Yes.
But Judge Bryan is not. It's not going to work. It's not with Judge Bryan. Not with Judge Bryan.
Her next court date is not until March 13th for pretrial. She has a family member that we have a phone number for, contact number, so that we're able to keep in touch with Ms. Ashley. And that's one of the important things. So if she's not getting her court dates from somewhere, we can make sure that we get her court dates, and we tell her, where she needs to be at all times, Judge. I think that's important. So I'm asking for a reduction, Judge, in cash bonds.
Prosecutor.
I mean, Judge, I think Mr. Reagan's already exhausted that same argument, because he himself was in redetermination regarding this gal earlier in 23 for all of these failures to appear. I mean, in this first capias, Judge, she has 7 failures to appear. She ended up going for redetermination, was given a lower bond, had a tether taken off, and then following redetermination, she failed to appear 3 times. Now that was the 20 case.
So the DA's like, no. You think this case haunts him in his dreams? He probably wakes up in a cold sweat about this. Man. Because he said the bond is $100.
$100.
And then he wants to get it reduced further down. And he's like, no.
And she's had 7 failed to appear since 2020.
So he's like, no.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, no, we finally have her. No, something's got to, we got to shake something out of this.
And he said this is just from the one charge.
So if she would have resolved this, she may not have had to do anything else again.
Maybe not.
They got that emergency contact number, so
there we go. This is going to bring everything to fruition.
Now, while she's on bond for that 20 case, which this court probably doesn't know about, she ended up picking up a felony case where she has failed to appear 3 times over in Frank Murphy. Then let's go to the second capias case in front of Your Honor. She ended up failing to appear 5 times in that case, ended up going for redetermination, had her bond lowered, And then following redetermination, she failed to appear twice. Then we have the third capious case where there's a date of offense of September of last year, and somehow she's managed to fail to appear 5 times since September, also going through redetermination, having a bond lowered, having the tether taken away. And then to add insult to proverbial injury, Judge, following that third capious case, she ends up picking up a second felony case where she's failed to appear multiple times on.
He's done. I'm telling you, she is the case that wakes him up at night.
Oh my gosh.
If he could, he would have put an air tag on her a long time ago. He'd have microchipped her if he could.
Oh man.
Because he said, look, she's picked up 2 felonies now. And her original charge was loitering.
Yeah.
Her original charge was loitering. That she might have got off with community service or something. Loitering. They might have, I don't know, but
or German contemplation dismissal. Or if you get, that when they give you one, if you don't do anything for a certain amount of time, the case gets dismissed completely.
Okay, yes, they could have given her that too. But once again, she now, he said she picked up, and he's like, and the guy right here, he's the one that argued and got her out the last time.
Oh my God.
But I'm gonna tell you, the DA makes it big, and the defendant tries to make it small.
These guys, they I see they're equally yoked in their arguments. Oh man, see how this turns out.
In those capious cases, those aren't just loitering like Mr. Reagan said, or just these petty little things. We're talking about assault and battery. So, Judge, we have 2 felony cases, multiple capiouses. We have 3 cases in front of you where Mr. Reagan, I am sure, made the same argument he just made in front of Your Honor today in order to get that bond lowered the first time. So respectfully, Judge, I'm going to leave it up to you. You're very thoughtful when it comes to these types of things. I quite honestly don't have a recommendation.
The DA is flummoxed at this point. He does not have words to continue speaking about
Stunned and amazed.
I'm telling you, this case haunts. He wakes up in a cold sweat about this. I'm quite sure if he even saw a name, he probably looks for her in the street. And when he walks by, he looks at everybody he sees to see if he sees her. Because he's like, I need to get her in. Because he can't deal with this anymore.
Yeah, not just that. Also, he said, I have no thought of what he said. He's still just bewildered at the number of charges and failure to appears alone. Yeah,
he's like, I don't know how somebody let her out the last time, and you want to let her out again?
It's like, was she the new Houdini? She's thinking, like, oh my gosh.
And Judge, with all due respect to Mr. Benson, and I do have much respect for him, I look at every case differently on a case-by-case basis. Now, obviously, there are some situations going on with Miss Ashley that may not be the same as they are with somebody else. She has some different challenges that I want to look at and I want to deal with. Obviously, if we're talking about 7 capiouses, that's a challenge, Judge. She has a child abuse 4th degree, some assault and battery, some R&O, some felony stuff. But again, there are some issues, Judge, that Miss Ashley has to deal with that we want to help her deal with. I'm not saying that she just needs to be thrown in jail, because the process, Judge, is not an easy process. We set dates, we adjourn dates. 36th District Court has one of the best mental health courts, best, veterans court, best drug courts in the country, Judge.
So he's using a rinse and repeat method.
Yes, he is. And
it probably works a lot of the times for most of his clients, but in this instant, this formula is not going to work. He's going to have to let the DA go through, and he can make his recommendations based on the fact that she does need to go to the mental health court, but he has to move her over to that part so she can get the benefit.
Well, I see where he's coming from. His point is, if I get you in the street, even though you have failure to appear, it'll look better for you when it comes time for sentencing, because, she has failure to appear. They're still a now, so something else might be going on.
But once again, he wants her. He feels she should go over to the mental health court. So the failure to appears, I'm quite sure that judge might have a lot of failure to appears, because once again, they may have a lot of defendants that have those failure to appears. That might be part of the makeup of what's going on with them.
And sometimes maybe we ought to look at some of these cases. I know this is a Judge Bryant case, but it may be another case for Judge Holmes possibly. But I just want Miss Ashley to get help. That is the main thing I wanted to do. I understand she's charged as a defendant, but she's still a human being. She's a person. And I think we do a good job here at this court with trying to help folks. And that's what I want to do. This is a 2020 case, 2021 case, and a 22 case that we're here on, Judge. So obviously we got to get these cases resolved. We got to get them done, Judge.
And where the court is where the court is in an interesting situation is that $100 bond is not a bond that is, like we're dealing with 50,000, 50,000, 30,000, 250,000. Those are the bonds that have been before us today. Okay. This is $100. So $100 bond is not a bond that's really protecting the community. Okay. It's not. This is a bond just to put something to make sure the person, when they get arrested again or come in contact, that they come before the court. So we're really not dealing with a bond that's here for the safety of the community. The bond in these matters are there to make sure that Miss Ashley comes to court, because Miss Ashley doesn't come to court. And so there are multiple reasons, but the end result, or whatever the reasons are, Miss Ashley doesn't come to court. So I'm in a tough situation because I don't want to have her incarcerated for 3 months on cases that she would not get 3 months in jail for based on the timing of the docket, but I need her to come to court. So, court having said all of that, finds that the $100 bonds on all 3 cases are unaffordable. In order to have an unaffordable bond, there has to be a showing by clear and convincing evidence that the defendant is a flight risk or danger to the community. And this actually is a flight risk because she didn't come to court. However, I find it to be inappropriate just to incarcerate her because she has mental illness or homelessness and things of that nature. Miss Ashley, we got to stop this now. Okay, with this, enough's enough. We're gonna make sure you have your court dates. You have to show up in March in front of Judge Bryant. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So it looks like in spite of all of that, he's still gonna let her go because he's saying she doesn't pose a danger, even though she was loitering and she got involved with an assault and everything like that. She has all these failures to appear. He's saying she's not truly a true danger, but
Right.
and he's saying that the time that she would be serving for the actual, if he held her, would be
longer, which
and,
now goes into cruel and unusual punishment.
Right.
Right.
And but she probably does need to go into some sort of a halfway house or facility setting or whatever, because he said she is experiencing homelessness.
Yes.
So once again, she needs to go to some sort of outreach program or intake program or something that's going to help her get the steps to get her through so that she doesn't have to be in court.
So she just got to make it there.
Yeah.
Bonds are reduced to $100 personal. All right, thank you.
Judge, do we have any monitorization on that, or are we just keeping it just?
Does she have a place to live, Mr. Reagan?
Judge, I have an address, but
Miss Ashley, where do you have a place to stay?
I know I have a phone number for your sister.
Yes, I do have a place to stay. It's 7700 Jefferson Avenue, staying with a relative of mine.
Okay, GPS tether, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Next person, please.
Oh.
Thanks for watching.
And also give us a thumbs up, like, comment, share. Subscribe to the channel, and you'll be notified of every video as they come up. And get that algorithm going and help us build this channel in 2024.
and make sure that you don't wind up in a what had happened situation. Boom, boom, boom.